Hi there, I'm Kim. This is Jason. I do this every time. She gets so angry. Today we wanted to talk about authenticity, and authenticity is the gold standard of brands. You think about brands like Patagonia who just say it like it is and they own their mistakes and they're incredible and well admired. But we were thinking about authenticity this week and community and building community and what happens when the world shifts quickly around us and how can we respond? And Kim's now going to let us know how we respond.
Well, I mean, in our case, we're a diaper company, right? So we work with parents. Parents are our peeps. And, for us, as you look out into the world, every one of our customers, every parent around the earth is looking at the news and seeing these, whether it's, the dads being left behind, the mums being on their own with little kids.
In the Ukraine.
Yeah, in the Ukraine, I'm sorry. We was the same thing when it was with Syrian refugees, where your heart goes out to people who are just like you, that through no fault of their own are in these incredible circumstances. So, we're seeing where our community's hearts are at and hurting, and how can we support that and how can we get involved? So we're donating some nappies with all of our parents in the UK. But I think it's the most important thing is, as brands, like, how do you react nimbly to what's happening to support the customers that you have, right? Mm-hmm. What are they caring about, and what do you care about, and how can you bring that together to do some good in the world? And I think it's not, some of our things at G Diapers, some things that I don't want to use the word successful because I feel like that's the wrong tone, but impactful, were not part of our marketing campaign, and that's not because we didn't have brilliant marketing people, which we did. Kudos to Kate Bailey French, but it was the spontaneous things that emerged out of trauma or tragedy, where the community really rallied to support families in need. And in this case, it's it's a country in need, but I think that in a way, it's not something that you would sit and plan in your marketing calendar that really connects with your customers.
I think it speaks to what the role of a company is in a society. And so if you go to, hardcore definition of a company in the coldest form, it's growth for growth's sake, maximize profits. And in that framing, there's not a lot of room for actually caring for your community or your customers. But if you see companies as a role in the community to support the community, and the outcome isn't just profit, but a stronger community, a healthier environment, then you've got something really fascinating and interesting. And as people running those companies like we are, it's massively fulfilling to think the power of a company to do good in the world is a really exciting, inspiring thing. So that's sort of a slight reframe. So it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, and I think it's not how people think of marketing programs, and it's not a marketing program, but it's connecting on such a deeper level. And as I said, we've had tragedy that struck families, and then suddenly it's customers who are rallying around that family that then create suddenly this momentum that we as a company are just supporting and kind of putting wind in the sails of what they're already doing. I think there's so many opportunities for companies to be doing that with customers all around different fields, regardless of what it is and what you make or what you do or what service you provide. But you kind of, it's valuing that time to tune in to and listen to your customers, as opposed to sitting strategizing about what's going to give us the best ROI and how can we measure it and some of those things, which obviously you do need as well in marketing. I'm not saying don't, but trying to find that balance. And I think your point about caring is so spot on, that caring is at the center of the circular economy, and it's so not traditional business mindset. Caring was actually seen, I think, as a negative, and yet it's a huge superpower from a circular economy standpoint.
But to be clear, caring doesn't appear in the profit and loss, the balance sheet, or any cash flow statement. And so it's it's really hard. Yeah. And I think early stage companies, idealistic founder-led companies, have a much greater shot at delivering on the triple bottom line. But as businesses grow, they start to get a bit of mission creep. And particularly if they get acquired, then suddenly a lot of those caring focused metrics go out the window, as it's just a sprint to growth. So that was our thinking for today, sharing with you what we've done in the past and what we're doing right now with our community in supporting the Ukrainian families who have been torn apart. So I think the message is, have a marketing plan, and then
have a plan. My dad would say, have a plan, stick to it, and be flexible.
That's right. It's very simple. Now, if you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the section below, and we'll reconnect in a couple of days. Thanks so much.